answer, so no problem. So today we're going to practice with second conditional. Let me share my screen. Oops. Haha. Let me share my screen and we're going to just fill in the blank in this question. So, for example, I might say, if there was no pandemic, what would you do in your free time? That's my question. If there was no pandemic, what would you do in your free time? So does anyone have an answer you want to share? You can type it in the chat box or you can just shout it out, but that is my question. Juan Carlos says, play tennis. Okay, that's good. You can't play tennis now. I wonder why. Is it dangerous to play tennis now, Juan Carlos?
It's because in my place there are not a court free. So I don't know if the others you can pay and you can play on if they are open or not.
I see your point. So yeah, the pandemic means that they aren't open. Okay, I see your point. So is it possible to play tennis now for free?
Maybe if it's with your family.
Yeah, but not for you. You could say not for me. It's not possible, right?
Not for me.
Yeah, okay. And what about you, Martha? If there's no pandemic, I would travel and visit my family. Oh, that sounds real nice. Martha, is it possible for you to visit your family now?
Yeah, sometimes because one of my friends and my family were sick. I mean COVID, so it's
Yeah.
very difficult for me.
Yeah, so it's not something that you can do now, right? We're imagining something that's not true. Yeah. And Freddie says, I would go to the cinema with my friends. Freddie, is it possible for you to go to the cinema now?
No, it's not.
No, why? What's happening with the cinemas? Are they open or closed?
No, they're closed.
Yeah, they're closed. So it is impossible. It's impossible. So when we use second conditional, we have two tenses. We have an if and we have a would. So that's the form, but I have a few questions about second conditional. We use second conditional.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, to talk about, do you think it's the past, present, or future? What do you think?
I think it's about present.
Yeah, it's about the present. Good job, Kenny. It's about the present or maybe like immediate future. Like we might have something in here, but yeah, mostly about the present. Okay, good job. We use second conditional to talk about things which are possible, impossible, or unlikely. Which ones do you think?
Impossible.
Yeah. Impossible and
unlikely.
Good, unlikely. Good. So we use it to talk about imaginary scenarios, you know, imaginary scenarios. So we say, oh, if only, if only. Good. So I have another question. Why? Why do we talk about impossible things? Or why do we talk about unlikely things? Bless you.
Question.
Why? Why do we do this if it's not going to happen?
I think it's our wishes or hopes, or desire.
I think that's really smart. We do it to talk about our wishes, our hopes, our desires. Really good. wishes, hopes, desires. And what else? What else do you think? Is there another reason? I don't know the answer. I'm just wondering. There's no right answer. What about the pandemic? Why do we always talk about the pandemic? And oh, I wish I could. I wish I could. Why do we do this with our friends?
We'll
Go
talk
out.
about when things unwanted happen.
Yeah, we want what we want. Yeah, we want to do it with our friends. Okay, Martha, what were you going to say?
I'm sorry. Go out with my friends.
Yeah, you want to go
See
out with
them.
your friends.
See them again.
Yeah, so
Face
you're
to face.
wishing, you're hoping. I think we use these phrases to kind of connect with people. We share these feelings. It makes us feel closer to talk about our wishes and our desires. Yeah.
Especially when we know that we can't do things. Maybe we want someone to know what we are happy to do if we had permission or if we had the ability.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I wish I could see you, but I can't, you know? That's, we say could and things like that. So we're going to look at the form now. We've got the meaning. We use second conditional to talk about impossible or unlikely situations. Now we'll try to figure out the form. Like, how do we make this second conditional? Let's look at this one. If there was no pandemic, I would travel and visit my family. How many parts are there in this sentence? How many clauses?
2 clauses.
Good. 2. 1.
I think 3 would travel and visit.
I would travel. I would visit. In a way, you're right. There could be 3. We have 2 verbs in this sentence here, but I think we still call this a clause. So let's just keep it simple. We'll make 2 clauses. 2 clauses. And when we have conditional sentences, we have the if clause. And do you know what the other one is called?
Would clause.
The would clause. I think that works. The would clause. I like that. I think we also call it the results clause.
Okay.
Call them independent.
Yeah, that's
Independent
another
clause.
word we could call it. We have the dependent and the, what's this one? Someone besides Noor? Noor got it right. What else could we call it? Benji, what do you think?
Independent.
Independent. Independent. Did I get that right? Yeah. So these
It's
are
spelled
the,
right.
yeah, these are the 2 clauses. And it's a common form. And yeah, when we put them together, it makes a special kind of sentence. So what tense is if there was no pandemic? What tense is that?
Simple past.
Good job, you got it. Was. Was. Simple past. And then we have the form here is subject plus would plus
Verb.
verb. Good. And what kind of verb? Do I change the verb or is it like just the normal infinitive?
Infinitive.
Mhm.
Infinitive.
Bare
Infinitive.
infinitive. Naked infinitive. We don't change it. We don't have 2. Bear. Is that how I spell bear, Garth?
That's right.
There's so many forms of very good. All right, so if there was no pandemic, I would visit my family. What about this word here, would? What other words could we use besides would? It's a modal verb.
Go so.
Could, should. One more, starts with M.
Might.
Hey, good job, Fung. Might, good. They all have different meanings, but the normal one is would. So that's the most common. I think could is also common. So as long as we have a simple past here and a modal here in those forms, we're fine. Let's try one more. I want you to help me with this. I would make it a different color. I would travel and visit and what do I do next? I would travel and visit my family. It's the same sentence, we're just switching it. Martha, what do you think?
Unless,
Well, I think you can just keep it.
or
If.
maybe if.
Yeah, if there was no pandemic. The same sentence, we just changed the order. Is that okay? Am I allowed to do that?
Yes, I think so. So
Absolutely.
there will be no comma. Yeah.
Good job, Connie, you got it. There's no comma. When the if clause comes second, no comma. And that's the rule. That's how we form conditionals. Very simple. So I want you now to practice one more time and finish the sentence. If I had $1 million, no, we didn't make it a million. $1 million, I would. Can you write a sentence or say a sentence for me? What would you do if you had $1 million?
I would start a business.
Ah, really? How soon are you start a business? That's so cool. I would start a business. What else? Benji, what would you do?
I would invest this money in my studies.
Oh, we have so many responsible people this time too, just like last time. Good. Okay, cool. What would you do? Well, there's a pandemic now, so we can't do much. I might save it for when the pandemic is over. What about you, Esme? What would you do?
I also I will invest this money to buy properties.
Properties? Yeah, I think that's a smart investment. I would probably buy properties as well. Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know where, but I would try. I would buy properties as an investment. So again, is this possible? You know, do we have $1 million? Do we have it now? No, we don't. It's not true. But is it impossible or unlikely? What do you think?
Unlikely.
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 I get it. You never know. You never know. But yeah, it's so unlikely. Good. So we're gonna be asking some questions in second conditional. So we will go through a few steps together. And the first step is in small groups, you will write questions. So that's the first step. And then step 2, you will form new groups. You will ask the questions. Okay, so we're going to start with step 1. I want you to think of 5 questions you can ask each other. The questions have to be in second conditional. So Garth, I'm going to make the breakout rooms, and while I'm doing that, can you brainstorm some second conditional sentences?
Well, let's get some suggestions. I'm sure you guys have been thinking of second conditionals. while we've been looking at the examples. Who has a second conditional sentence they want to share?
If you had a wish, what would you wish?
If you had a wish, what would you wish? And we'd probably say, what would you wish for? What would you wish for?
Okay.
Yeah, good. Nice. I like that. Lots of good answers to that question, I'm sure. Great. Who else has a question to add? Esme, do you have one? No? Sorry, Harshini, were you going to say something?
No, it's
Oh, it's Tala. Sorry, Tala. I heard the wrong person. Yeah, go for it.
Can I say?
Yeah, please.
Okay. If you won the lottery, what would you do?
Ooh. What would you do? What would you do? Maybe we could even say, what would you do first? There's a million things we could do. Depends how big the lottery is. All right, who else has one?
I have a question.
Yeah, please, Kani.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I like that. What would it be? Nice. Excellent. All right, anybody else got one? Oh, sorry, I see Benji's hand up. Yes, Benji.
If you traveled to a planet, what would you choose?
If you traveled to a planet, what would you choose? Which planet would you choose?
Okay, I'm gonna jump
Different.
Oh, sorry, Kat. You've done something funny to my.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, it's gone. I'll write it again.
Control Z. Sorry, Benji, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I said that a planet different of Earth.
Yeah, I think you have to specify. Otherwise, we'll all pick Earth. So if you could travel to a different planet, which one would you choose? Yeah. So I'm going to stop this part because I think you've got the ball rolling. You're going to be in small groups, okay? And are you going to be asking questions or will you be writing questions?
Asking.
Writing.
You're going to be writing questions this time. So together you have to come up with some really weird questions, really interesting questions together. Like if you could be a cat or a dog, which would you be? Or I don't know, try to come up with interesting, impossible questions. Together you can work on it, write them down, because in step 2, you will ask these questions to another team. So in step 1, writing. You have 10 minutes to write, and then we will come back.
All right, just very quickly, Kat, before we go. Esme, I see your hand is raised. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, if you could travel on the time, what do you change?
Oh, I like it.
What would you change, right? What would you change?
Nice. Really good. Oh, that looks like it's, there we go. Cool. All right, Kat, up to you.
Cool. All right, I'm going to save this. So again, small groups, you're going to write questions. How many questions are you going to come up with?
5.
5.
Yeah, 5. Yep. And try to make them really interesting and kind of funny or thought-provoking, because, you know, it's impossible situations. You can choose anything you want. So we'll do that. How many minutes do we have to talk?
10.
10
10
minutes. Yep. Okay, cool. I'll send you to your rooms. I'm not going to record the rooms. I'm only recording this session, so don't worry. Have fun, and I will see you in 10 minutes. Bye.
All right, well, welcome back, guys. Did you come up with some good questions in your groups?
Yeah, we had like I think I never made this question to anyone.
Oh, perfect.
Well, I was asking, telling them that if you could have a role at Hollywood, what role would you choose?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that.
Can I just ask, what is another word we can use instead of have?
Play.
Hey, Tala, good collocation. That's great. That's a hard one. You did it.
Thank you.
All right. What other questions do we have that we can share? The weirder, the better, I think, in my opinion.
If you pass the examination, what would you do?
Could you give me the first part again?
If you pass the examination, what would you do?
Nice. I know we've all thought about this. Either way, if you pass or if you fail, what would you do? You have to deal with it. Yeah, good. Thanks, Harshini. Who else has got one? Benji.
Yes. If you were inside a cartoon, what cartoon would you choose?
Yes, excellent. Really good. That's the kind of imaginary situation I really like. Great, thanks, Benji.
If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
If you were an animal. Oh, I like this. Really good. Great. All right, who else has got one? Flacco, did you have one?
Okay. If you had to change your name, what would your new name and why would you choose the name?
What would your new name be? And why would you choose it?
Yeah.
I like it. Hopefully we can come up with some really good ones. Carmen, what do you have?
I have Benji's question, and I really like it.
Oh,
If you
please.
could be a child again with the knowledge you already have, what would you do first?
I think that's a great question.
I know, right?
Imagine.
It was Benji's, yeah.
Imagine.
I have another question.
Please, please. What have you got, Isabel?
Yeah, it's if you met your crush, what would you do first?
Ooh. I like it.
I had another one.
Please, Marta.
If you could fly, where do you travel?
Where do you travel?
Yeah.
Is the
would you travel? Would you travel?
Yeah, where would you travel? Good, exactly right. Where would you travel? Great. All right, what have we got? 8. 2 more, and then we'll check to make sure our grammar is correct. Anybody else got some suggestions? Who hasn't shared yet? Fong, do you have one?
Yes. If you were me, what would you do?
I like it. Nice. Really good. All right. Let's see who else has not shared yet. Jun or Esme or let's let's see, who else? Noor? Tala?
If you went back in time, what year would you go to?
Nice. I love time travel questions. They're my favorite. Time travel and weird animal questions. I think they're my number ones. Love them. All right. Anybody else have one more to add? Bonus question?
I think we're good. Let's go to corrections. I've got the thing.
Okay, good. Well, looking at these, let's check them first. What's the rule for our form, our if clause? What tense do we use?
Simple past.
Yeah, exactly right. Is that the case with all of our if clauses here? Let's have a look. Could, past, yep, were.
Can I just interrupt? What is could the past tense of? It's a could. It's a modal, or is it a main verb? It's the main verb, right? So what is
the main verb is actually in this one is play.
Ah, you're right. Good. But could is the past tense. What is it a past tense of?
Can.
Can. Okay, we got it. So we're making past tense of could, or can is could. Good. Whew, just double checking.
All right.
Do you see? Sorry, Garth, you go.
No, that's all right. What are we going to say, Kat?
I was going to say, does anyone see a verb here that is not past, or is it all okay? I think it's okay.
So what about my next question is going to be, what about our result clause, our main clause? What tense do we use for these? What's the structure?
Simple.
It is present simple with, yeah, would, could, should, any of those modals that have been shifted into the past. So let's have a look here. We've got woulds all the way down, I think. So what is would the past form of?
In this case, it's not really a past, it's just a modal.
Yeah, but we don't use will like we do in the first conditional.
Mm.
And that's what this is. That's what this is a form of. Same as we can use could for can and should for what is should the past form of?
It's tricky.
Not a common word. Shall, exactly right.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Shall.
That's British. We don't say that here in the Americas.
The reason why this is important is it does obviously change the meaning slightly depending on which one of these modals that we use in our result clause.
Yeah. So we're going to ask these questions. I think you did really well. Sorry, I'm going to stop that. Okay. And I have, if somebody asks you a question and, you know, are these easy questions to answer or are they difficult questions to answer? What do you think?
Easy for me.
Oh, they're easy. Okay. Benji said that. So Benji, if you could find out if you were going to die, would you find out? If you could find out when you were going to die, would you? So
yes,
easy or difficult question?
I would.
You would?
Yes.
I'm just saying for me, I think these, like, I have to think about these questions, you know, for me, they're hard, but maybe they're good. Maybe you're good at thinking quickly. But if I hear this question, I might say, wow, I've never thought about that before. Wow, I've never thought about that before. Let me think, you know, let me think. Or you could say, that's a tricky question. Let me think. So that might be a good way to give yourself time. Maybe we can practice. So Carmen, if you were me, what would you do?
Oh my Lord. Why?
I don't
You
know.
are
I don't know what to do. Tell me, what should I do? If you were me, what would you do?
I sincerely have never thought about that.
Oh well.
Uh, basically, I will go back to Mexico.
I would come, or I would go. You're right. I would go. So make sure we have that would, you know, that would there in the pronunciation, because it's kind of important. I would go. Duh. So good job, everybody. I think you're ready. We're going to have another 15 minutes in the breakout rooms. You're going to ask each other these questions, okay? You can use the questions you wrote down. You can use any of these questions. And if you don't know, you can say, wow, I've never thought about that before. All right, I think we're ready. Let's save the whiteboards and let's go. See you soon. "15 minutes. Bye-bye. Hey, Garth, I'm putting you with others.
Yeah, I shall join them.
Hey, great job. I heard so many good questions. We'll do a little bit of feedback and then we will end. But maybe I will ask who learned something funny about their partner? Who has the funniest story? Anyone? A funny? Yeah,
Me.
Noor? Noor then June. Noor first.
Funny thing with okay, I forget the name. Sorry.
Somebody, yeah. That's okay. Tell us the story. Maybe we can try to guess who.
Question is this: if I would another if I have another gender, opposite gender, so I really enjoyed this question.
Oh, that's great.
Wow, what would you do if you were the opposite gender? So what would you do if you were the opposite gender? That's a funny question. Does anyone have a good answer for that? An appropriate answer, like a normal answer?
I have. I'm the one who asked the question last session because at my place I'm not allowed to leave the house after sunset.
Oh,
So that's the
wow.
first thing that I would do. I would go out and stay all night.
Yeah,
You would
good for
stay
you.
out all night. Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah.
question. It's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what, there are some things that girls can't do.
Mhm.
And some things boys
Yeah.
and men can't do. But yeah, girls, maybe I don't know, I would feel powerful maybe. Or something.
Actually, it was me who asked Noor,
Mm,
and it shocked me.
Yeah.
Her answer shocked
Yeah.
me because I was thinking about something easy or something like, I don't know,
funny.
going to the bathroom or something like
Yeah.
normal. And she said that she will go shopping alone.
Ah,
You know what I mean? And make new friends. And then I understood everything.
yeah.
I understood that in the deepest
Carmen.
way the question. Yeah.
Yeah, Carmen. Yeah,
Yeah.
Noor and Carmen, you can meet each other. You've seen each other before. Yeah, good. That's a really interesting question. And maybe we use these hypothetical questions to learn about each other and learn more about what we have in common, what we don't. Yeah. I forget, was it June? You had a good question that you asked. Do you want to share a story? I think you're muted. Yeah.
Yeah. The first I met Freddy, so he asked me anything and I forgot. I just remember he asked me if I changed my name. Yeah, if I would change my name, what would it be? So I answered, is if I would change my name, it could be Jun.
The same?
Jun is not my name.
Oh, true. It's not your name.
Yeah.
You already. That's true. Yeah. So let's just write that in the chat box. If I could change my name, it would be June. Yeah. Good. Oh, that's a funny story, actually. That's good. Who else has a good story? Yeah.
You can finish. Last thing is very interesting because most of her family members born in June. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I said June because my birthday in June, and all of my family has date of birth in June, and my mom and me has the same date of birth.
How funny. So it's like a special day in your family.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Flacco,
and
thank
June
you
is
for sharing that. Yeah.
Yeah. June is my family big month. Yeah, we had big party in June.
Brilliant. Thanks. Yeah, Flacco, thank you for remembering the rest of the story for us. That's great. Cool. Well, I hope you can keep talking about this, keep asking each other. Last week, we tried to find speaking partners, and many of you are speaking together. We're so happy to see this. Today, I saw people chatting and meeting on Zoom, so I hope you can continue this. Meet, talk, and ask questions in second conditional. Yeah, I'm really proud of that, of all of you. I think you're doing so well. Garth, do you have any other announcements before we go?
No, I just want to check. Is there anyone who doesn't have a speaking partner?
Actually, I didn't meet any speaking partner.
So Harshini and Flacco need speaking partners. Good. Well, please share this in the WhatsApp group, share it on Facebook. There's lots of people who are willing to meet, so I'm sure you can find someone. If you have any difficulties, message us and we'll see if we can help you get in touch with someone. But I'm sure you guys will be able to find a partner, but don't be shy.
Harshini, you're in the WhatsApp group, right?
Yes.
Yep. Flacco, you're in the WhatsApp group, right?
Yes, I post thing from FB to find a friend, but anyone didn't answer for that.
Well,
so
everyone, we know we've got good opportunities here to practice with Harshini and with Flacco. If you haven't had any luck by next week, Harshini, we will intervene and see if we can find some people for you. But yeah, don't be shy. Just post regularly and you'll find a partner for sure.
Yep, sounds good. All right, everybody, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. I will post this video in our group so you can watch it again if you want. It's up to you, and everyone will learn from you. So I'm really proud of all of you. Nice to see you, and we'll see you again.
Thanks, guys.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.